Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Make Money Your Honey podcast. In today's episode, we're going to talk about one of the questions I get asked the most, which is how do you attract high ticket clients who happily pay you high ticket prices? So let's go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode. Thank you so much for being here and being a part of the community. If you're watching the podcast on YouTube, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell because we have new episodes coming out every single week. If you're listening on any of the podcasting services, Apple, Spotify, what have you, there are so many I can't even keep track of them anymore. Make sure to subscribe, leave us a review, and then that way you're going to be notified every single week when we have new episodes coming out. We've got some fire episodes coming out in 2021 that you are definitely not going to want to miss. And if you haven't done so already, if you are a woman coach, make sure to find our free Facebook group, High Ticket Sales for Women Coaches and Course Creators. It's a group of over 1,000 women at the time that I'm recording this. It'll be thousands, I'm sure, by the end of the year with how fast it's been growing. And basically what we do in that group is we'll do complimentary marketing and sales trainings every single week on Mondays at 4 p.m. They are exclusive to the Facebook group, so make sure to find it. You can just search High Ticket Sales for Women Coaches and Course Creators in Facebook. It'll pop right up. We'll also have the links available for those of you watching on YouTube. All right, guys, let's talk about it because one of the questions I get asked the most is, Amanda, where are all the high ticket clients? Where are all the people that pay thousands of dollars for programs? Amanda, everybody I talk to is broke. How have you done it? So I'm going to talk about it today. And let me first answer the question, where are they? They are everywhere. They are on LinkedIn, they are on Facebook, they're on Twitter, they're on Instagram, they are all the places. The problem is you may not be attracting them because you may have some things missing from your business and it's not a pretty photo shoot, okay? That is not even what attracts high ticket clients. I will say that there is something to be said about the energy with which you present yourself, but it's not about fancy photo shoots and your clothes and your shoes. That's all just like icing on the cake. But it's not really the whole thing. It's really about the energy that you have inside that you are worthy. But I will get to that. First, let's talk about the pros of high ticket sales because some of you have been fed a lie, right? And the lie that you have been fed is that it is easier to sell things at low ticket prices, and it is absolute BS. It is 100% easier. You can ask anybody who's done sales or has been in business any length of time. It is way easier to sell something for $20,000 than it is to sell it for $20. Not even kidding. I've been in business long enough where I know this is true. Just ask anybody who's been in business and they will tell you that the people who pay the least amount of money are the hardest ones to sell to and the hardest ones to put up with, okay? Not even kidding. So let's just scrap that and get it off the table. The other thing I want to say is high ticket sales saved my butt in 2020 because, ish hit the fan in 2020. And some of the discussions that I've been having with multiple business owners, whether it's on Clubhouse or on Facebook, and I mean business owners of varying industries. I mean, I even heard this from people who own dance studios that had to close down during the craziness of 2020. I gotta be careful with what I say on YouTube. So the craziness of 2020, right? And they noticed the same thing I did. The packages that they had that were worth the most amount of money are the ones that were selling like hotcakes. And the ones that were worth small amounts of money weren't selling at all. I noticed that in my business too. We tried bringing out a low ticket offer because we're like, oh yeah, the world's on fire. Let's try and bring out a low ticket offer in 2020. Didn't work. Meanwhile, the more money we charged for Persuade to Profit, the easier it got to sell. So it is true. You have been fed a lie. It is a lie from the pit of hell that it is easier to sell things that cost less money, right? So let's also talk about another pro, right? If you're a coach and you want to provide transformation for people, you can't do it in a low ticket offer. It's just not even possible. The container doesn't even allow for it. Not possible at all. If you really want to provide transformation, it needs to be a high ticket price. And part of what attracts high ticket clients is a level of transformation. There's actually two things that attract them, but I'll get to that in a second. And finally, when you're doing high ticket sales and you have high ticket programs and people are paying this amount of money, you are attracting people who actually do the work. They're going to show up and they're going to get results. And then that's going to look better for them and it's going to look better for you. And it's going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. And then people are going to see the results and then they're going to want to pay you. So it's like a snowball effect, right? That sometimes in order for people to step up, they need to have some skin in the game, and the skin in the game comes from investing lots of money. So those are the pros of high ticket sales and high ticket programs. Now let's get into how to actually attract the high ticket client themselves. So I already mentioned that one of the things you want to do is offer transformation. High quality clients are very attracted to transformation. They will pay top dollar for it because they understand the value of it. The other thing that you want is you want a system. Right? You want to have a set system or a set process that gets them a result. So it's two things that you need. You need transformation and you need system. When you put the two together, you are attracting high ticket clients left and right because these are the things that high caliber people value. Next thing, right? I talked about this a little bit, right? But you want to identify with the energy of expensive, okay? I love it when I get on a sales call or consultation and people are like, Amanda, I know that you're going to be expensive. Ooh, I love it when I hear that. Right? It means that I'm giving off the energy of expensive. So when I drop the price tag, people are already expecting it's expensive. They've already told themselves I'm expensive. They're already ready for it. Now, what does that do? It means because I've been embodying the energy of expensive, right? And again, this doesn't mean pretty photo shoots or nice clothes. All that stuff helps, right? But that is icing on the cake. It's really an internal thing of value and self-worth. I know that what I offer is of insane amounts of value. I know that I solve a really big problem in the marketplace, and that's why I'm able to attract high ticket clients, and that's why they assume I'm expensive, right? Now, like I said, the nice clothes and the lipstick and the bags, all that stuff helps, right? There is something called, the spirit of opulence and the spirit of beauty, and to put yourself in those environments and those situations so that you start getting in the energy of prosperity and valuing yourself, that is a thing, right? But that is something that you ease into. So don't go buy like a $8,000 Chanel bag if you don't have $8,000 for a Chanel bag. That is not getting in the spirit of opulence, right? What you might want to do instead, right, is you might want to be like, okay, well, I can't afford the $8,000 Chanel bag to be in the spirit of opulence yet, but I could go to take myself out to a nice hotel for lunch, right? So that would be a way of doing that, and then you can work your way up to the $8,000 Chanel bag if that's what you want to do and if that's what you value. And there's a guy called Thomas Troward, so if you look up his lectures on YouTube, he's got a whole thing about the spirit of opulence and the spirit of beauty that's really inspired me in 2020 and in 2021, and what that has to do with self-value and attracting prosperity. So I really recommend checking that out. The next thing is you want to be consistent, okay? Some of you want to attract high ticket clients, but you are not consistent in the way that you show up, right? You are not consistent in the way you show up for your business. You are not consistent in the way you show up for yourself a lot of the time in your personal life. So be consistent, show up, right? That shows that you can be trusted and you're worth the money. So that's that. The next one is honestly just charge more money, right? You immediately want to attract high ticket clients, charge more money, right? Charge thousands, right? And you will automatically start attracting a different level of people. And like I said, I can totally attest to it because I've experimented with it. It is the truth. You want to attract high quality clients, start charging high quality prices. Sometimes it is as simple as making sure that you're charging the right amount of money, because a lot of you are in a position where you're offering transformation and you're offering systems, but you're really undervaluing yourself in terms of price. And sometimes that's the only thing you need to fix in order to start attracting a higher caliber of client who will happily pay you thousands of dollars. And finally, and there's probably a whole other podcast episode on this, so I can't get too much into it, but believe you're worthy of it. Believe that you're worthy of receiving this kind of money. When anything having to do with anything really, but in this concept we're talking about money, it's all worthiness. It's all about your level of being able to receive. I've talked about this on other podcast episodes, how you can experiment with receiving and experiment with expanding, and then your stuff is going to come up, and then you deal with your stuff, and then you move to the next level. That's a couple of episodes back, so I'll make sure to link it for you guys so you can refer back to it. Right? But it is an internal belief of worthiness and value. And that, quite frankly, particularly in the society that we live in, you got to work on it every single day. So I might actually do a whole other episode just on that. Let me know in the comments if you would like that. All right, guys, so that is the episode of how you are able to attract high ticket clients. Remember, it's offer transformation and a system. It's identify with the energy of expensive, right? Be consistent, charge more money, and know that you are worthy of it. Now, if you are a coach who is in a position where you're like, man, how do I create something that costs thousands of dollars? We can help you with that in Persuade to Profit. So go to persuadetoprofit.com to learn more about it, see our client stories, and apply. We literally walk you through that whole process in the first 2 weeks of the program. And with that being said, I will see you guys next week.